Welcome back, everyone. Our next presenter is Bird Biotech Inc. It trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol BBBT and is positioned to exploit market segments with powerful, reimagined biotech products. Please welcome its president, Fabian Deneault. Welcome, Fabian.
Thank you for having me today.
All right, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, today I want to talk and tell you the story of Might Extreme, how it was discovered, how we've developed it into a potentially groundbreaking, revolutionary product. Might Extreme is a plant-based, food-grade biopesticide. As I was developing it over the past couple of years, I owned a medical marijuana facility here in Montana. I'll go into the story a little bit about my daughter, who was introduced because of a medical issue to opioids. My daughter totally spent 4 months in the hospital, in ICU, 6 months total in the hospital. They put her on opioids. When she got out, they put a fentanyl patch on her. Long story short, she overdosed, stopped breathing. I did CPR. 3 days later, she said, "Dad, I know you're not into medical marijuana, you don't believe in it, but I want to try something because the opioids are going to kill me." So I started into the medical marijuana industry, got my license, started growing cannabis, grew to about a 7,000 square foot operation, helping over 100 medical patients here in Western Montana. What I didn't know was I was also introduced to spider mites, and had developed a couple other products, was looking for something, tried neem oil, tried all of the approved products through the state. They did not have much of an effect. So using another product I had developed, I started playing with different ingredients and came up with a food grade plant-based biopesticide that was extremely effective on the spider mite issue. Get several other growers in the state to start trying it with their spider mite issues, found that it wasn't just my grow that was positively affected by the Might Extreme. Sent it off for testing with a state testing lab that tests medical marijuana. In Montana, we only test for 14 different pesticides. That was great. We passed all of that with known pesticide showing up. But I found out Oregon is the main testing facility, or testing is the gold standard. They test for 159 different pesticides. So we sent off for that testing as well. That came back with passing all of the ORLAP testing for those 159 different pesticides. So that was very exciting. Found out that spider mites also can become a problem even close to the end of a growth near harvest. We were able to treat for spider mites all the way up to the day of harvest and still test negative for any pesticides. So spider mites, I didn't realize were quite as pervasive in agriculture as they are. Found out not just the marijuana, but hemp and hops, coffee, grapes, strawberries, blueberries. Recently, we've been working with a couple agricultural companies that have large cucumber and eggplant grows. So those crops are all affected by spider mites, and we've been very effective at eliminating the spider mites. And then a byproduct that we were surprised to find out was such an issue, where I was surprised, was molds and mildews. And Might Extreme was very effective in eliminating molds and mildews, including powdery mildew, which a lot of cannabis crops are affected by powdery mildew, and actually can fail in the standards that are being tested for. So we were excited about that. Knowing that, we knew that we had something very special. We applied for our EPA registration, got that at the end of 2020. So 2021, of course, COVID was a complete catastrophe for everyone except for us. It gave us an opportunity to really work on our strategic planning. And that's what we use 2021 for, getting all of the state registrations, which every state requires pesticide registration at a state level. So we were able to start doing that. We got 35 of those states so far. We're continuing to work on getting the rest of the states and even foreign countries. We're actually just finished a efficacy test in Canada on hemp, and that testing, the initial results are looking amazing. Waiting for the final results to come in. We should have those any time. So with that, we were able to really position ourselves to be ready to break out this year, 2022. Haven't heard of us because we haven't taken the time to put that into the marketing. Now 2022 is here. That is our main focus, is getting into different shows, getting into all kinds of advertising so people know that we're here at what we offer and what the benefits of our product are to all of agriculture. It's a great opportunity worldwide, and the cannabis industry is just a small piece, which has got me very excited about that. So we have all our state approvals for 35 states. We plan during 2022 to have the rest of the 50 states here in the United States, and then start working on with foreign countries, with distributors in those countries as well. With all this coming together, we're ready to announce that to the world that our product could truly change agriculture. That this is something that is exciting, because you hear all of the stories of lawsuits against this herbicide or that pesticide because of the things that are in them. Well, we've been able to boil that down to plant-based food grade ingredients, and truly with biotech technology to get that to work very effectively in a lot of agricultural issues. So that has us very, very excited. As you can see, it's a very large industry. When we start talking about the agricultural industry, it's multi-billions of dollars spent worldwide in different pesticides around the world. So we're excited to position ourselves as a safer biopesticide in agriculture. So we've checked a lot of the boxes of providing a safe alternative. We virtually have no competition. I've had a lot of people come back to me and say, well, this neem oil or this or that. When you take all of those, they all have something that is seems to work in a lot of cases, but doesn't seem to work in all cases. And there are a lot of limitations with those. When you start into the pesticide world, it's very regulated, and in the marijuana industry, especially, because people are inhaling everything that has been introduced to that plant, whether it be in nutrients or in pesticides. So it's very regulated, especially in states like California and Oregon. So with that, we started all that. We do have a small CBD company that was part of the transition with my daughter from medical marijuana into, I started doing research on CBD. We developed several CBD products, and my daughter, being the guinea pig, went from using a fair amount of medical marijuana to control her pain to today she uses primarily just CBD, and it has found that that works very well. On a positive note there, she had a surgery that really has made a big difference, and that has helped as well. So with that, we utilized 2021 to also prepare our financial health. The company virtually has eliminated all debt and secured enough capital to proceed forward with all of our plans, which this year, as I said, is an aggressive marketing campaign, going out and finding large distributors to work with us. We do a lot of direct marketing. We just started doing that. We hired a national sales manager, Rich Forbes has been introducing us in the marijuana industry to get us started there. So we're working with a state agency here in Montana that's tied to one of our state universities to understand what the potential is to be used in organic farming. We know we can't get organic designation for our product, but we also have been explained through that state agency that at times products are approved to be used in an organic grow. We feel very, very confident that we will see that come this year as well. And the near future, you will see our uplisting plan, why we believe we have a tremendous market potential with literally no competition, that it's possible to become a $100 million company relatively quickly and hopefully trade on the NASDAQ. And I know those are big numbers, but with what we have and what the industry we're going into, I feel very, very excited about that opportunity. I guess to summarize the presentation, I want to inform everyone that our website and our company sales presentations on this product are being all redone. What you view today is our pre-launch preview of the future. Once we finalize all the state EPA approvals and our distribution, believe it's going to be off to the races for our company, just with the opportunities that exist in agriculture and just in the medical or in the marijuana industry. I think it is absolutely a great opportunity. Of course, we can't predict what will happen with our stock, but we certainly believe once we go wide with the company, we'll never trade at these prices again. We hope that everyone will join us as a shareholder today before we begin our marketing launch and campaign in the coming months. I know I kind of breezed through the presentation, didn't touch everything. I guess I would like to open it up to see if there's any questions, and I'll answer what I can.
Great job. Yes. We do have some questions for you, and thank you for that presentation and personal story as well. So let's get into it. We have quite a few. Pat Larson wants to know, who are the main competitors in your space, and do they have a similar product?
Well, yes and no. And there's a lot of pesticides out there. If you take, for instance, malathion, it is widely used in the agricultural industry. But there are some limitations in what you have to do once you use it, washing and taking care of things. Great product, but it also has much higher toxicity levels than Might Extreme does. Neem oils and the different peppermint oils and things like that, all they do is build a layer of protection on the leaves so the spider mites don't get in and feed off of the chlorophyll. So that we don't do that. Our product is both mechanical and chemical. Mechanically, we understand now that when it comes in touch with spider mites, it initially suffocates them, and then chemically it then draws the oils out of them. So it also, with that, it kills the adults, the juveniles, and most importantly, the eggs. So in a sterile or clean environment, you will not see reinfestation. Now, we've dealt with several agriculture grows in the cannabis industry that have been reinfested by spider mites, but that was due to not being as clean as they should have been in controlling what was introduced into their grow. So I hope that answers that question. There are products out there. I've not yet to find one that is as unique as ours is, being plant-based and food grade.
Sure. Rod Stanley has some questions. He says, I see according to your last quarter that your sales are nominal but growing. Do you give guidance? And when is your next quarter expected to be released?
I don't give guidance, and the reason for that is I'm the president of the company. I'm the inventor of Might Extreme. I've got a great team of people that handle that kind of stuff for me. So I'd like to push that question to them when we can. What I can tell you is, with the way we set up 2021 going into 2022, I expect sales of Might Extreme to grow quite rapidly as we introduce this into industry. We've started getting some small orders from small grows. We're contacting the large grows, and as we get this marketing plan rolling out over the next 30 to 60 days, I expect our sales to be astronomical, to be honest.
Great. Bill Bryan wants to know, what does your distribution look like and how are you getting the product out there?
Currently, distribution, we are direct market only, working with a couple of small grow shops that sell to local growers in Montana. We've got one also working with Michigan and North Dakota. That is one of our catches. Is what we'd like to do is get away from the direct marketing, bring on large distributors, find those connections. And that's one of the things we've tasked Rich Forbes, our sales manager, on working with, is finding those outlets to help increase our market reach.
Great. Mitch Delacouille asks, have you contacted major cannabis players such as Canopy, Tilray, or Aurora for Might Extreme orders? Also, are you considering a partnership or merger with a major agricultural player to mass produce and distribute Might Extreme globally?
We are reaching out to the large cannabis growers, introducing them to our product, yes. As far as a merger or acquisition, those are all things we will consider. But the thing about Might Extreme is it's very proprietary. The ingredient the ingredients and how we put them together are very proprietary. So if we find the right opportunity to merge with somebody or be acquired, that'll all be taken into consideration. I hate to look that forward, but what I want to do is see this product get out into agriculture, because I think it's not only a great opportunity to make money, but I think it's even a stronger opportunity to control and help our environment and what we put into our bodies. That's very important to me and to our company. Is if we can reduce the number of issues going on because of the chemicals that we are using in our industries, that would be very important to me. So, yeah. Answer that, yes, and very, very possibly.
Thank you. Abe Travato asks, when can we expect testing results from Israel?
Waiting on those right now. We've had some feedback, they wanted to run a couple more tests. Initially, things look very good. Waiting to see what else we get back and how their testing goes. We've also done some testing in Jordan and in some of the Asian countries and also South America. So got a lot of testing out there that we're excited to be getting that back and start the process of getting it registered in those countries as well.
He also asks, can you get the OMRI certification for biological farmers?
Well, I think that comes back to the, I'm going to be real honest here. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that one up. But I think that comes back to with what I'm working on to get it approved for organic farmers. It is not something we can get the certification for, but we believe, and working with the university system, we believe that it may be approved to be used in organic farming. So there's a few products that are actually used in organic farming that are not registered organic. So those are all different certifications we're definitely looking forward to getting as fast as we can. It's just trying to get this out to market and then continue to work on those as well.
Great. Lula Clayton says, I heard you mention test results coming and getting into shows to expand knowledge about the product. Are you going to start releasing more news on the public company side?
Yes, we will be. We'll be releasing more and more news as we move this forward. We're excited to get that out to people. So yes, you'll see a lot more news from us as things start rolling with 2022. Like I said, that this year is the year that we take this to market. With 35 states now registered, we've got enough on-hand inventory to where we can fulfill orders. So yeah, we're ready for that. And yes, you'll see much more news on the public company.
Great. Vince, the sequel says, how is Bird Biotech so successful knowing the end user and addressing their pain points? Are Mite Extreme's uses because of things agricultural workers are saying?
Okay, so that's complex, and thank you for that question. As we get into that, we've had reports of in some grows in, I believe it was in Texas, it was a blueberry farm, that the spider mites were so bad that the employees had to use Tyvek suits because spider mites will attack, and if they get on your skin, they do leave welts. So they're actually using Tyvek suits. The reason for Mite-X and why we came up with Mite Extreme, excuse me, I occasionally say Mite-X when I should say Mite Extreme because there's a different product out there called Mite-X. So Mite Extreme was an answer to my grow, and then we started testing it with other people's grows. So Mite Extreme was developed for that reason, from a standpoint of using a product that would kill spider mites, molds, and mildews, including the powdery mildew, to have something that was lasting and was effective, because the other products that people were using, including myself when I first started, just didn't work or were against state regulations to use. So I hope I've answered that question. If not, please ask me if I missed something there.
That makes sense to me. Gwen Zimmerman wants to know, when you talk about financial health, do you need to go to the markets to raise any money in the near term? And if so, will it be in the form of equity or debt?
At this point, we're looking pretty solid. As we grow more, we will look at that and address that at that point. I don't know. I believe we'll do it as equity, but there again, that's a question I would like to get and send for an answer from my partner and company attorney, Eric Newland. So I don't want to dance around it. I like answering things directly, but there's some things I'm not comfortable with. So if we could send that to Eric, that would be wonderful, and we could respond to that.
Sure. Wilson B has a few questions. One, can you share sales numbers for CBD and Mite Extreme?
If I had them in front of me, I could. Mite Extreme is very low, I will tell you. That is in the low tens of thousands of dollars at this point. We're working to increase that, as we said. CBD, I believe we're in about 30 different locations, and we're doing somewhat okay with that. Those numbers, again, I don't have in front of me, so I'd like to, again, answer that question, have Eric answer that question, as I don't have that answer in front of me.
Okay. He also asks, can you name the states that Mite Extreme is currently licensed to sell in?
I believe we can. If not, give me a second and I can go through. I don't know if I have that on here. It is on our website at miteextreme.com. So Give me a second. I can try and give you those numbers or those states. If you have a second and you want to ask another question and I come back to that one, that would be wonderful.
Sure. Here's just kind of a follow-up question about how have your sales been doing the last few months? Colt Sturgeon wants to know.
Of Might Extreme, they're starting to pick up. As I said, as we getting all of the states registered, that has been one of our hiccups, if you will, or, it was actually planned to really go into that this year, and getting most of the states that we've gotten at this point were done over the last 6 months, most of them within the last 3 months. So the Might Extreme sales, as I said, this quarter, we expect that to at least quadruple from where we are today. So I don't want to say something and lie to people, but I expect that to be pretty large over the next few months.
Okay.
Now, if we want to talk about go back to the state registration that the states were registered in, would you like me to list them all, or how would you like me to do that?
If you feel comfortable listing them, sure.
Okay, currently we're registered in Alabama, Colorado, Hawaii, Kansas, Massachusetts, Montana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Virginia, Alaska, Connecticut, Idaho, Kentucky, Michigan, Nebraska, New York, Oregon, Tennessee, Washington, Arizona, Delaware, Illinois, Louisiana, Minnesota, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Texas, West Virginia, and Washington, D.C.
To name a few.
And then California is and I don't know if anybody will have this question, but California is a little bit different. And it was part of the reason why we did efficacy testing with a third party. California requires the efficacy testing before we can even apply. And that can be up to 8 months to a year to get California approval. But that is something we are working on, because we realize California is a big market for us as well.
Great. Well, I'm glad you're in Oklahoma. All right. So we have a few questions concerning numbers from Wade W. He's saying, correct him if he's wrong, but the market cap is about 4 million and you have about 1.2 in assets, almost 1 million in cash and only 500,000 in debt. Is that correct?
That would, again, I'd like to push that to a question Eric Newland answers, but I believe the debt is a little higher, or that was stated at 500,000 is a little high.
Okay. We can get that to you. Jim asks, you're claiming Might Extreme could revolutionize the pesticide and biocide industry. So you're suggesting the stock is highly undervalued, and how soon can you uplist to NASDAQ?
Those are all things to be seen. I truly believe that what we have in Might Extreme is revolutionary. It is being accepted very highly by people that are in the agricultural industry. They, as far as listing up to the NASDAQ, I'll be honest, I would like to see that in the next year. I'd like to see it in the next 2 years. I do not have a straight answer for you, because I'm not well-versed in the stock market at this point. I'm more well-versed in creating the products and getting those things taken care of in other parts of the company. That's what I depend on them for, and take their guidance on that.
All right. Last question, Fabian, from Vince the Sequel. Blackbird takes a safer route than most. And how does this company show its efficacy in the pesticide world? And where are some other companies choose harsher ingredients, right? Are there any partner companies or joint ventures that you're excited about?
The one I mentioned with working with a Montana State Agency has really got me excited, because that when we talk about efficacy, and if we can get it verified or certified to use on organic farming, is very large. As far as partnerships, we're looking for those. We're looking for that opportunity to take this into the larger agricultural industry as quick as we can, as long as it's done correctly. So yeah, I'm excited about a lot of different things. And those partnerships are what we're seeking to, or we're actually working on trying to get into now, so we can move this product into the larger market.
Fantastic. Fabian, do you have any closing remarks?
I just want to thank everyone. Watch what we're doing with Might Extreme. It's an exciting product and an exciting company. As we launch this over the next few months with, getting into the market, our marketing and being at shows, and just working with other companies to get our product into the pipeline, I'm excited, and I hope everyone, please don't think I was trying to avoid any of your questions. There's just questions I'm not real good at answering. So I invite everyone to get those questions to us, and we'll get them answered as quickly as we can. And just, I'm excited about the product and what we have as an opportunity. The company is solid, and I think we've got great things to come for 2022.
Great. Well, thank you for your time and presentation. Please join us again in the future with some updates.
Thank you very much.
Okay, everyone, it's been a great conference so far, and we want to encourage you to stay on, because in just a second, you'll be redirected to the registration page for our next conference. Reserve your spot early. So on behalf of all of us at Emerging Growth, I'd like to thank all of our presenters today, all of our attendees, for helping make this Emerging Growth Conference such a great success. Remember that a complete replay of this conference, separated by company, will be made available on the Emerging Growth Conference YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Emerging Growth Conference. Also, follow us on Twitter at Emerging Growth C. We always post new information to Twitter first. I'm Anna Berry, and on behalf of myself and everyone who made this event possible today, I wish everyone a healthy and safe and prosperous 2022, and we'll see you back here again very soon. Thank you all for joining us.